everyone! Okay, so I got a request to do a video on brushes. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with what I first started with, and then what I got after that, and then what I got after, and kind of tell you guys how I feel about them. Okay, so this e.l.f. was actually the first set of brushes that I ever had in life. And at the time, I really did like them. I still, I like my e.l.f. But as I started exploring, as a freelance MUA, I decided to, get better brushes, get in contact with other MUAs, and have, just looking and searching and YouTube and watching all the gurus and what they have. But, I know they have like a lot of Sigma brushes, and, those are like super expensive. And I'm not going to pay $28 for one brush. So I found the dupes, or what people were saying that it's the dupe for the Sigma brushes, and I'll show you guys that later. Okay, so the e.l.f. brushes. Okay, so these are the brushes, and these are also some other brushes that I got from eBay. These are actually goat hair brushes, the ones that are with the all black rim without the words on them. They were like $13 for like a roll of 32. Okay, so it was the roll, and I just took out the ones that I figured I'll use often or put in my kit for when I do people's makeup or what I think I'd use. Okay, so this is an e.l.f. Powder brush, complexion brush. I use this to apply loose powders, and I just apply it all over my face. This is a foundation brush. I stay true to this brush. Still, sometimes I reach for it still. This is my foundation brush, and it goes very well. It blends my foundation very well. Okay, so this is the blush brush from e.l.f. I hate this brush so much. But it's all I had, so it's all I was using. It sheds like a lot. Every time I'm doing my blushes, there's always streaks of the brush on it, and it gets thinner and thinner with time. I really don't like this brush. This is the concealer brush. I love this brush. I still use this. If you watch my makeup tutorials, I still use this brush to this day, especially this is good for like your eyebrows. It gets like right in there, and it's very, it's very precise. Okay, so this is a fan brush that I got, the one from the collection from eBay, and I just use this to apply my bronzer sometimes and highlight right here. This I use to comb out my eyebrows, like I just brush it. This does the same, and the spoolie does the same effect. So they all do the same. This is e.l.f. This is just a toothbrush, as you can tell, and this is a spoolie from the eBay company. This is my eyeshadow brush. I still use this. I have two eyeshadow brushes, one for my light eyeshadows and one for my dark eyeshadows, and these work amazing. I still use these. I love these brushes. Okay, so this is from Bare Minerals. It's my concealer brush. My mother gave it to me, and this is good for really blending out my concealer above my eyebrows, because I don't like to have that, I like to have that new eyebrow effect look, and some people don't put concealer on the top of their eyebrows, but I think because they think like you'll look crazy or whatever, and it's not natural. But I think if you have a good brush that blends it out, then it looks fine. So that's what I use for this for. Okay, and this is this a blending brush? Yeah, this is the blending brush that it blends pretty well. I still use this from time to time. I like this brush. I feel like I wasn't showing up all the other brushes. Okay, I started using this to apply glitter shadows. This is a liner brush, gel liner, liquid liner, eyeliner brush from e.l.f. And I've never used it for my eyeliner. I always used it for my glitter shadows. And let's see what's left. I use this to like smudge out my shadows, my creamy shadows. I use this to smudge it out. This is a defining eye brush. I don't use this really, but you could probably use this to apply eyeshadow to the corners and like really blend it out going in, since it has that little angle. This is a concealer brush. I swore by this brush, especially when I break out, and I used to have little like concealer. It hits the targets, and it really covers it up really well. This is from e.l.f. Okay, those are all the brushes that I started with when I started doing makeup. These are the brushes that I started with. I recommend you to, if you're a beginner, you can start with these. I love e.l.f. brushes. These are only $1. These ones are only $1. Like, you can't beat that, so you might as well get them. The Pro ones are $3, and they work pretty well too, so I would invest in these. But if you don't get this brush sucks. Maybe I got a bad one, but this sheds like crazy. Don't get this. If you're gonna want an e.l.f. blush brush, get the one from the Studio brand. My Real Techniques brushes were the next brushes that I started using, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, literally these brushes are so soft. Like, it was like a whole new world with brushes for me. The application, amazing. Okay. This is a pointed foundation brush, right? Pointed foundation brush. This is great for applying foundation in or concealer for hard to reach areas. As you can see, it fits perfectly right here, so you can just apply your concealer right here, and it's perfect, and it blends well too. Okay, so this is my detailer brush, right? Detailer brush, and I use this to apply all that. Okay, I actually use this in this tutorial. I use this to apply details. I use this for details, and I use it to apply like shadows to like the crease, my crease, or areas that like my tear duct small, and this is just perfect for that. Okay, this is my foundation brush. Buy this. This is great for applying foundation, and yeah, that's what I use it for. This is my buffer brush. I use this for everything. I use this to buff out my foundation. I use this to buff out my blush. I use this to buff out my concealer. I love this brush. It gives it a flawless finish. Okay, this is my contour brush. I use this for right here, the hollows of my cheek, and it gets in there perfect. It fits perfectly, as you can tell. Perfect, and they're so soft. The application is perfect. With the e.l.f. brushes, you might need more product on your brushes, or you might end up using more product than it applying to your face. Like, your brush soaks up the product. With these brushes, it sits on top and glides perfectly onto your face. This is what I use to do my eyebrows. I actually used it in this tutorial, but I don't think I showed my eyebrows in this tutorial. Okay, but anyway, so this is what I use for my eyebrows. This is a shadow brush. This is a domed shadow brush. No, base shadow brush, dome shadow brush. This is what I use to apply my base shadows, and I use this in the tutorial, so if you want to see how I use it, watch the tutorial. And I use this in the tutorial, so if you want to see how I use it, watch the tutorial. So, this is an all-over face brush, right? Multitask brush. I use this for all over my face, for loose powders, just this thing. I use it for basically the same thing as I use this for loose powders and loose stuff. Okay, this is Deluxe Crease Brush. I haven't used this yet in my crease, so I don't know how this really works. This is an accent brush. I also use this for details, like the corners of my eye, to get a perfect crease. If I'm trying to do a smoky eye, it's perfect for that. Okay, so on to my next pair of brushes. These are if you watch tutorials, you watch makeup girls, gurus, you know that the Sigma brushes are like the hype, and basically these are the dupes for them. I can't speak for the Sigma brushes. I don't know how they work. I don't know how they feel. I don't know anything about them because I'm not paying $28 for a brush. Maybe eventually I will when, you know, I get more clients and more money. But right now I'm working off my pockets, and this is what I can afford. So these are the dupes, and these are amazing. They're just as soft. as the Real Technique brushes. The Real Technique brushes run for a little bit more than, well, a lot of bit more than these. These brushes were $17.95, I think. Yeah, $17.95. And literally, if you have a little bit more money than, you know, the e.l.f. for more expensive brushes rather than the e.l.f. brushes, then actually, if you're paying $3 for each, you might as well get these. So go to rccosmetics.com and get these. These are amazing brushes. Okay, so I use this to apply my blush. Not crazy about this brush because it does shed too. I'm trying to find a blush brush that doesn't shed, but you know, this sheds too. So that's that. This is what I use to stipple on my foundation. Works amazing. Gives you a flawless finish. It's perfect. Okay, yeah, you need that. This is what I would use to apply my eyebrow fill powders and gels, and this works pretty well too. This is what I use to apply my eyeshadows. I use this to literally blot it on, and yeah, this works great too. This I use for lipsticks too. There's actually still lipstick on here. Yeah, I use this for lipsticks sometimes if I'm going into my palette that I depotted my lipsticks. I'd use this, and yeah, so this is all over face brush for loose powders and loose products. This works great too, but I don't reach for it as often as I reach for the Real Techniques one. This is a concealer brush. I think they don't even have names on them. This is a concealer brush. This is what I use for concealers, spot concealers, the same as what I use with my e.l.f. concealer brush, but I use my e.l.f. one more than I use this one. This is a foundation brush. This is like 2-in-1. Foundation brush and concealer brush. So literally it's like apply foundation, concealer. You can't, this is like an amazing brush. I've never seen a double-sided brush before, so I love this brush, and flawless finishes. This brush, at first I was like, what the hell? They might as well have not made this brush, put this in the collection. They lost with this. But with time, I, you know, gave it some shots, gave it some chances, and literally it blends out your shadows from your tear duct. Perfect, perfect. It's a great blending for like small areas and small eyelids. If you're working with small eyelids, then it's great for that. Blending brush, swear by this brush. Use this brush, holy grail. Literally, I love this brush. It's fluffy. It gets it gets everything like blended. Amazing. I use this in the tutorial. You'll see. Okay, this is what I use to apply shadows too. I start with the corners and I move on up. Since it has an angle, I use this for shadows. So RC Cosmetics has their brushes like these. They're everyday useful brushes. Then they have their kabuki sets. So this is their kabuki set. I've never used kabuki brushes, but these brushes are these brushes are my life. Like, I want to cry. No, I'm not gonna cry. But these brushes are amazing. Like, oh my goodness. Okay, so these brushes I reach for every time I have makeup on. This is just what I use. I use this to apply my foundation. This is the flat top kabuki. This is the round top kabuki. I use this for to apply my foundation too, or to blend out my liquid concealer that I put for highlight. This is the angled kabuki. I don't really reach for this, but sometimes I do, and if I do use it, it's to apply my blush and to blend out also. This is a pointed kabuki, and I use this to apply concealer sometimes too, but I like to apply my concealers with, we'll get to that, but this is what I used to apply concealers to. I only use these when I first had them and when I first got them. And they're so soft, so amazing, feel great on your skin. They blend everything out perfect. But you can use the other brush. I use the other brushes that I have for them too, because sometimes these are really big and I don't want to use these on my face. I just don't feel like it. So yes, but these brushes have to get. These are the smaller versions of these brushes. So I didn't want to say, you know, but instead of using these brushes to for those for concealer and blush and what I thought it would, these are what I use. Concealer, perfect, right here. Bam, great. This is what I use to apply my Ben Nye setting powder. It's literally perfect, great, works, amazing. I use this for my Ben Nye setting powder sometimes too, but I use this also to blend out. I blend out, like stipple, blend. And this is their stippling brush, and I use this to stipple and blend too. If I'm getting in small areas, I'll stipple concealer here, I'll stipple concealer here, all over here, and yeah. RC Cosmetics. This was $19.95. This was $9.95. $9.95. So your choice. Yeah. This goes over here and this goes over here. So these are all my brushes, and you know, if you really want to just get cheap dollar brushes or the goat hair brushes, they work pretty well too. Great for beginners. If you're looking to build your collection, these are the ones to reach for. Build your kit if you're an MUA. The real RC Cosmetics one, perfect. And if you're not looking to build your kit and you just want to explore with new brushes, can't go wrong with these, the RC Cosmetic one. Kabuki brushes, I love Kabuki brushes. Like, I love these Kabuki brushes. When I start exploring and using other ones, maybe I'll love those too, but it's just not the same as these brushes if you're blending, and it's just, they're perfect. Anyway, so, and the RC Cosmetics brushes are, I love them. They'll always have a soft spot in my heart for these brushes. Yeah, so those are all my brushes. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you. I hope I didn't like sound ridiculous and was just talking forever. So anyway, I hope you got the point with how I feel about these brushes. So it's up to you I'll probably have the links to where I got these brushes down below if you want to get either one of them. So anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and leave me a comment. Tell me about the brushes you use. Tell me if you like this video. Tell me if you don't like this video. Tell me, you know, where you get your brushes or anything. Tell me anything. So anyways, love you guys. Bye.